Good morning. This is me just waking up. It's kind of late for me actually. It's like 7:40. But I wanted to do this before so this is the pajamas. This is the Puritae shake that I use every morning, which is a show and tell prop for part of this subject matter for today. On a Sunday, before I go out for a little run, maybe try to break into the farmer's market for a squash. We'll see. Things could get crazy. But I woke up this morning and did my usual. I do my Bible segment, and because I'm going through the whole Bible, it's called Bible in a Year. And you just listen to a little segment every day. And it's the first time I've ever read the full Bible. And so it just made sense to me to learn what's in the Bible through the course of the year. And so do that. And then I put on my brand new book. I just finished a fiction book called The Book Thief. And that was about learning about a little snippet of Nazi Germany, and the narrator's actually death, which is really interesting. And it's about the small town in Germany. And anyway, so now I started the book called Shoe Dog, and that's about the creator of Nike. So now I'm learning about how Nike first started in Oregon. So this podcast is called, When Do You Know Enough? And before I started the Shoe Dog, I read my weekly update from Farnham Street. So I'm giving you like all my little things here. And I'm going to post where I get Puritae, a website to get Puritae if you want to do that after I'm done here. But anyway, so this guy, Shane Parrish, he used to be like a secret government worker. And now he writes a blog and a podcast called, the blog is called Farnham Street, and the podcast is called The Knowledge Project. And he started this virtual lecture series called The Kids Are in Charge. And it's these like amazing, rich lectures that are really like voted on basically by maybe kids from, I'd say 10 to 15 or so. So there's one on like neuroplasticity that presents these really complex subject matters in a really digestible way for the audience. So you ever stop to think about whether or not people are teaching you for them or teaching you for you? So just like let that marinate a little bit, right? We digest knowledge, but where is the knowledge coming from? And is the knowledge meant to better your understanding in an objective way? Or is it something that they're teaching you in order to spin it to a certain perspective that fulfills their desire to get you on board? So as you're digesting your information for the day, you want to ask yourself what Shane Parrish says, where you are on the continuum between ignorance and genius. So how much knowledge is enough to confuse, infuriate, or mislead you? And where do you surpass that and have a breadth of knowledge and a depth of knowledge to be able to make objective decisions? He used a quote from Charles Darwin. It says, "Ignorance more often begets confidence than knowledge." Right? Don't we feel better once we learn something? Like we turn on the news or read the paper or we read an article and we feel like confident, like, okay, I got it. I know about that now. Now I can go tell somebody else. But maybe it like makes us upset. Like, that's not right. They shouldn't be doing that or whatever. But if you never knew about it in the first place, then you'll be sort of under the umbrella of the adage, ignorance is bliss. Like, did the knowledge actually make you feel better? Or did it just, inspires some other like negative emotion. So, and then do you want to learn more about the thing, or do you just want to cut it off when it's at its infantile stages? It's like saying, I want to plant a garden. I know what a garden is. I'm going to go buy seeds. I'm going to buy the seeds. And then you just like stop there. Like you never even plant it. Or you plant it and then you don't water it, and then it doesn't, like, nothing sprouts, nothing grows. So it's a challenging thing. I don't have the solution, but what I like to do is when I am digesting knowledge, I choose an impartial source, or if I read an article about something, then I cross-reference it with a completely opposite perspective, or just like a research piece that's empirical, that's meant to be objective. When I'm reading books, I'll cross-reference it with like a historical piece, which, because history written is like usually pretty objective, like this happened, this happened, this happened. Or I'll read someone's perspective who I know is objective. So I like slide that in for you today. And one last thing, when you're choosing products, so the reason I chose Puritae, this little shaky shake that I have in the morning, and I have it every morning. I tried to learn about the product. It claims to be a superfood. It claims to do like everything except like cure cancer, literally the strength, and maybe even that, who knows. But ultimately, I knew some about it, and I just decided to just pull the trigger on it. And I got the product and I tried it. And it it was 30-day investment, and I thought if I hate it, I just won't get it again. I really like it. Is it the best thing in the world? Could I have done something different? Could I have learned more and gone out for a different product to invest in? Maybe. But at some point, more knowledge didn't really help me, right? It didn't, my confidence in the product in this case and what I'm doing actually helped me form a habit of having a superfood shake in the morning to start my day. It's 70 calories. It's like 10 grams of protein. It's got 12 servings of fruits and vegetables in terms of nutrition. And it works for me. So when you're choosing products, when you're learning about things, decide how much knowledge is enough for you. And have yourself a fantastic Sunday. I'm going to get dressed and take out the dog and go for a little run and continue on. Take care.